What is up, ducks? My name is Danny Kim, and welcome to another episode of DK News. I don't know where David is. Where are you, David?
I was digging deeper into K-pop. On today's DK News, we have 4 issues we're gonna cover.
The first Korean song to enter the Billboard Charts this year, and also BigHit's new boy group TXT.
Hashtag respect Lisa. And last but not least, IU.
People are getting pissed that IU is
IU
getting
a speculator.
rich. More on that later, but first off, we have our first Korean song to enter the Billboard Hot 100 charts this year. It's not from Monsta X, it's not from BTS, it's not from NCT, like none of those groups. Guess what it is, guys?
This is 3 seconds.
This is so random. This is so random. I cannot believe this. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark is on the Billboard charts. This is a song that was released in 2016, and just now we got news that it got into the Billboard Hot 100 charts in number 32. All of a sudden, like 3 years after release. What's happening? I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
But this song itself was a viral hit like in the old days too. Like
Yeah,
3
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, and it was the most annoying shit ever. Like, I know a lot of K-pop groups actually did like a challenge, Baby Shark challenge. I mean, it's stupid to call it a challenge even. It's just a cover. I gotta say, I cringed every time I saw those. Like, it was just like, I'm just annoyed by that song.
Well, let's just expand this to a broader perspective. So can Baby Shark fall in the categories as K-pop? 하나, 둘, 셋. Oh,
Really? Baby Shark is not K-pop.
it is K-pop.
It's not K-pop.
It is K-pop.
You're not really gonna consider a kids song a pop song.
Hey,
first of
what
all.
does pop mean?
Popular?
What is this doing right now?
Popular.
And what language is it?
Korean.
See? K-pop.
No, no, no.
It's a Korean popular song. And babies are Koreans too. And they're like half of the population. So, and moms and idols followed it. So, I think it's a K-pop song.
It's a fucking kids song. It's not.
Kids are people too.
This should be the debate. Are kids people too?
Dude,
No. They don't have rights.
If there's any like a musical expert, tell us your opinions. Like whether Baby Shark could be considered as K-pop. It would be interesting. Next, Big Hit is releasing a new boy group, a new boy brand, TXT. The official name is Tomorrow by Together. Yesterday night we did a live stream. Go check out that live stream.
It was hype as fuck.
3, 2, 1. Oh, what changed?
Big Hit just officially announced and revealed one member from TXT, which is Yeonjun.
Can I just say I was a little underwhelmed. It's just a member reveal, but you know, I really wanted some music and some kind of like, you know, teaser into what kind of group this might be, but I think Big Hit gave us a little bit too little.
So as you might know, Big Hit just released an introduction video of Yeonjun, the first member, and nobody knows he's a leader or not. But anyways, at the end of the video, we got some short, brief information of a Morse code. Deciphered by armies was known to be dreaming, right? So obviously, it's gonna be something about a dream.
I think it's gonna be a growing up story. I said this yesterday, but I'll give a prediction that this group will be heavily marketed towards the Chinese market. This is one prediction, and it will feature a Chinese member. It will feature a Chinese member.
Yeah, just because there's a Weibo and Youku link down
Not
below.
only that, but now that China is lifting a lot of the restrictions on K-pop artists.
Yeah, our relationships are getting better.
Yes. So this is perfect timing for them to go into the Chinese market, and I think Big Hit won't miss that opportunity. And I saw on yesterday's Twitter that actually he may have appeared in BTS's Mama performance.
Oh, yeah.
They found a similar face that looked like him,
Right.
one of the back dancers. Actually, in the Mama performance of BTS,
Love yourself.
Love Yourself, they had a plus, Love
Right.
Yourself plus. And actually TXT, like that's like
And they also had a plus yesterday in the bottom.
Big Hit being Big Hit, they were putting out the breadcrumbs all along, and we just had to
And
find
they
them.
just use them as back dance.
Yes. Actually, I saw on a lot of ARMY Twitters something that was kind of disturbing to me. A lot of people are saying they felt threatened that Big Hit would release a boy group while BTS is still very active and at their, full potential right now.
Come on.
Should you support Big Hit's future groups to come like TXT and other groups that are yet to be unveiled if you're a fan of BTS? 하나, 둘, 셋. I'm also like this too. I'm also
This
like
is mine.
too. It's your freedom. Like, it doesn't really matter like who you support. But it'll actually help BTS
Me too.
if you support their like TXT and other artists to follow after BTS. BTS has re-signed with Big Hit, and they're gonna be there for a while, and they're gonna have a hiatus when they go to the army, when they go to the military. During that time, Big Hit is gonna have to have some other form of making money other than BTS. So I think for Big Hit to be stable and well for the 2 years or whatever long hiatus BTS has, and for BTS to have a stable company to come back to, they need to have like a firm foundation for TXT as well.
For sure, obviously, you shouldn't blindfoldly just follow and support a group just because they're like from the same label as BTS. So in that point, it's an X. But like overall, I'm an O too. I think in a family perspective, if you see the early YG phase, they were called YG family, and they just pushed and pulled each other, like the Sunbaes and Hubaes. Like they just had a chemistry within each other, and they just like supported each other, and it was so good to see them as like a family, like always supporting and defending each other. And BTS was alone for so long in Big Hit. They were just the only group. So I can sometimes find them like very lonely in award shows or something because they don't have any related groups next to them. They had the 7 members to like just rely on each other, but they didn't have any extension more than that. Now that there's a new group, they have someone to like look like a family, a bigger family, and it will look like a good picture. There are much more possibilities that can happen. Like if you just look at the case of YG Strategy Office, like Seungri is the host of that show, right? But like Park Bo-eum appears, and all the YG Treasure Box dudes and Icon, BLACKPINK appears. So how much like color and variety you can add to like a whole show. So that's gonna happen in Big Hit too. Like if you film a new video of like BTS run BTS or burn the stage or whatever, those kind of things, then like TXT and BTS can have those kind of collaborations.
Do you think TXT's universe will perhaps connect in some way with BTS universe? 하나, 둘, 셋.
Oh, you said oh?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's gonna be a transition into TXT from BTS. The focus of Big Hit. The day that comes.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think there's like 10% that's gonna happen.
They already did the Love Yourself Plus, and he appeared.
That's not even confirmed yet, but
I know, but I think
it can be just this is a plus stage.
And actually, I think some BTS fans will. I think some armies will actually like that.
I mean,
it's expanding the universe.
I would like it if it happens, but
It'll
still, I don't think it's gonna happen. Because
do you think it should happen?
No.
Okay, I think it should.
I don't.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Look at the comeback countdown. Like the freaking countdown had like theories behind it. Literally, like Big Hit just drew 2 circles, and people are making theories.
Okay, so let's make a theory of my own. Theory time.
Theory time.
I once saw this very famous American drama. I like this called Heroes.
The concept of it is like once the sun and moon, like there's an eclipse, like time just like goes wrong. Something happens, you know. But like from the concept art, like there's like a Venn diagram and something. And if that becomes like complete into like a total solar eclipse or lunar eclipse, maybe that's meeting.
Actually, I was thinking that. I was actually thinking like, oh, this is a Venn diagram. I wasn't even thinking about an eclipse. I was thinking like, oh, Venn diagram. This is like BTS, this is the new group, and they have a little bit of in common.
I would love to be the writer behind all these stories at Big Hit, because like literally Big Hit puts up a Venn diagram and like three words on their website, and people are making fucking theories. Like they're making entire universes and shit. Like it's crazy.
You're
Okay, let's
wrong.
make a bet. Let's make a bet.
At least in the short term, which is like 3 years plus, there's not going to be any interaction between BTS or TXT.
Interaction?
No. In
Like,
the universe.
they're not gonna talk to each
No,
other?
in the universe. There's going to be no overlap in universes. Like maybe after like.
Why did you change your mind? You
What?
said it was never gonna happen. You changed your mind. You changed your mind.
I still think it's never gonna happen.
Okay,
I
just
still
say
think-
never gonna happen then.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen.
In the 7 years. Say 7 years.
7 years. Never
Okay,
gonna
7
happen.
years, never gonna happen.
The universes are not gonna.
I will say this. In the first, say, half of their career, I think BTS universe, Bangtan universe, there will be breadcrumbs left there. There already may be breadcrumbs that we haven't seen, we haven't noticed, of TXT. I don't think they will appear like in a video together, but I think there will be like hints of TXT like here and there. Like say for example, like this is like Yeonjun's cell phone, and then you see that exact same cell phone in the BTS universe videos. They will start incorporating TXT right off the bat, and then they're gonna start incorporating more and more if the fans actually don't act really repulsive to it. So just
enough.
like little hints.
Too much of this. On to the next topic. This is kind of a sad topic. Number 3 is #respect Lisa. So what happened was basically after the Golden Disc Awards, people were throwing racist comments at Lisa among like the comment section in the K-nets. And I'll read them. There's a translated version. With makeup on, she totally looks like a Russian elf, but with darker hair with no makeup, she looks like any average Thai woman. She honestly shouldn't have gone on Real Men. The amazing power of Korean makeup style. Did you guys see her pre-surgery? Thai fans screen capped those and translated those and trended them on Twitter and said like, K-nets are discriminating Lisa so much. Today, actually, Bam Bam from GOT7 mentioned this on an interview in Thai. He said he actually called her right after the Golden Disc Awards, after he saw the comments, because he was worried. And then Lisa said like, it's all okay, and Bam Bam reassured her that you have a lot of fans more than haters, you shouldn't be worried, and Lisa was fine, and she said like, I'll buy you a meal if I come back to Korea. Like it has rise to the surface to the level of Bam Bam mentioning it, and it actually was mentioned in our group chat too, so go check out our Patreon if you want to join the group chat. Can there be a debate issue about this?
No to racism.
No to racism.
Yes to racism? No to racism. No.
Do you think racism actually exists significantly among international members in K-pop groups?
I'm like half and half.
Actually, I'm a half and half.
Racism definitely does exist in Korea. However, I actually think K-pop is one of the fields where racism actually is not that present compared to a lot of the other fields in Korea. Like you see a lot of like people from Southeast Asia in K-pop idol groups. Actually, I think they do a lot better, like in terms of like public reception than like how Southeast Asians are perceived in other parts of society in South Korea. So I'm not gonna say racism doesn't exist for them, but like these comments, like even if she wasn't Thai, she probably would have gotten them because it's just like crazy K netizens.
I mean, just look at Hyorin and Hwasa, you know.
Like whatever they have, whoever they
Hyorin
are.
and Hwasa have like dark skin, and
they're
bashed
gonna get bashed no matter what. They'll find something. Being Thai is just one of them. But I will say this: yes, there are a lot of racist Koreans.
Honestly, I think the K-pop scene right now is actually curing racism in a way. If you look at Twice, we have a negative image against Japanese people because they colonized our country and stuff. And still, a lot of people hate Japan just by the sole fact. But if you look at Twice, a lot of Koreans, actually like all of them, love the 3 Japanese members in Twice. And for Lisa too, I think a lot of Blinks, like overall majority Blinks like Lisa, and they're perfectly fine that she's Thai. She speaks Korean and everything. The racism issue is becoming better and better in the K-pop scene for Asian races. But if you think outside of the box, you didn't even consider white or black people.
No, actually
or
I did.
Hispanic.
I did. That's why I said there was still racism, because first of all, I don't think I've seen like a white dude or girl.
So this
in
is the
K-pop.
issue. So right, like we haven't seen any white person or black person or
Actually, there was a
Hispanic.
black girl. There was a black girl that was in a K-pop group. It wasn't viewed as like she's this K-pop idol. It was viewed as like a marketing token. Like, oh, we have the first black girl in K-pop. Those kind of things, I definitely think there is a lot of racism
yeah.
towards that. Like for Asian markets, I think because K-pop is still majorly based in Asia, like the markets, a lot of the barriers of entry for Southeast Asians and other Asian people have lowered significantly, and people have an acceptance towards that. But for other races, for more black people or white people or Hispanics or whatnot, they seem more foreign to us. It's just the thing.
Yeah, so like it's pretty similar with the marriage issue in Korea. Like if it would be very hard to have an international marriage, like interracial marriage in Korea, because your parents do not approve. If you expand it into K-pop, it's the same too, because like if you want to bring a white person or a black person or whatever into a K-pop group, the fans or the public would not approve. So I think it's a similar issue here.
So basically, we're racist.
To be honest, like have you ever seen a white or black person debut yet? I don't understand why the big companies are even having global auditions if they're not gonna like select.
That's for the Korean Americans.
Right? Entertainment companies are pussies because they don't say in the policies or in the notices like we are only going to select Korean Americans or Asian races. They should state that and not let people waste their time going to global auditions with a dream inside themselves.
You might get sued for that if you did that in America.
Right?
After this conversation, I just came to realize Korea is racist as fuck.
Why
it's
do
so
they-
fucking racist.
Why do they even say global auditions if they're not gonna?
And what you said earlier, that sounds racist as fuck. Like, oh, you're white. Oh, you can't marry our son.
Yeah,
oh, you're
that's the
black.
truth,
You can't
isn't it?
marry my. Like,
Isn't it?
My mom wouldn't really care, to be honest. Like, she doesn't care. She actually told me, like, you can bring whoever. I don't care, as long as she's a middle school graduate. If you look at what we're saying, pretend that this exact conversation is happening in America. If, for example, like a white person would be saying this stuff, like, oh, my parents don't approve of interracial marriage. Oh, our group only accepts white people.
Yeah.
That sounds racist as fuck.
I know, right?
And we gotta take in that. We gotta understand. Because like a lot of people in Korea like want to pretend that we're victims of racism, and sometimes we are. We are a lot of times. Asian people are victims of racism. However, we also gotta understand that we are also perpetuating racism ourselves,
It's a very complicated.
and we're never thinking about the other way around. So
Right.
think about that.
Right.
The T. Last topic, let's make this quick.
Okay.
IU, people are pissed that IU is getting rich. So IU had bought some real estate for about $4 million in this city named Gwacheon. This is like a little suburb south of Seoul. A few months later, a train station was announced that it was gonna build near her house in Gwacheon. And the house prices had allegedly jumped by like 50%. And people saw this, and actually a lot of people got pissed off because they thought, hey, maybe IU got inside info that the government was gonna build a train station there, and she allegedly like had gotten this info illegally, and basically bought
She
the house
speculated.
to sell it later for a higher price. A petition was started. I mean, petitions are
like ruining our country.
Petitions are jokes these days. Like, you gotta understand in Korean society, right now in Korea, the Blue House petitions, like Blue House is like the White House of Korea. These are like basically like Reddit forum posts. Like Reddit posts. Like seriously, they're not to be taken seriously. Sent a petition to the Blue House saying, please investigate IU for speculating and for getting, inside info. And actually more than 20,000 people signed to this petition. And a lot of the comments on the internet and a lot of the articles were saying like, oh, did IU get inside info? Illegal speculation, real estate speculation from IU and stuff like that. But this entire story took an entire 180, a fuck you from IU. IU revealed the house that was the problem. And it showed that it was actually 10 minutes away from the house she actually lives, and she's using it as a practice room plus her mom's office plus a warehouse, and she revealed the inside photos of the house. So it was clearly for use and not for resale. The photos of the inside of the house when it was revealed, actually a lot of fans got touched because it showed that IU had kept all these different presents that she got from the fans over the
From
years.
years ago, yeah.
Years ago. People were like, cut you.
까도 beat you. You can peel and peel, like try to find her
attack her.
flaws and stuff. The more you peel, she only sheds light.
Yeah, she's like the light to the K-pop world. I think this is why she is the most liked K-pop artist in Korea.
I like her more now.
Yeah, I like her more after this. Like this is like, she's on a different level of being clean, man. My friend used to be a coordinator for a lot of these celebrities, and actually, you know, she when she went to like, you know, other Asian countries, she would see all these fans from at airports giving their presents to the artist and to the celebrities. And what they would do when they get back to the hotel would give them to the manager, and they only pick the expensive ones. They only pick the expensive ones and throw the rest to the manager, and the manager takes that back to Korea because they don't want to throw it there and then cause a fuss. So they take that back to Korea, the ones that the celebrity threw out, and then recycle it in their own apartment or maybe keep it for themselves. So like that's how usually a lot of the celebrities work. But I use like keeping like, you know, headbands. Like,
Yeah.
These are like really small presents, to be honest.
So I have a debate question of today. This is gonna wrap up our whole DK news for today, and it is IU an angel? 1, 2, 3.
No, actually, no.
Why?
She's a goddess. She's not an angel. She's
I
not
would
that.
say IU is the god tier.
Yeah.
She's
She is truly
She is
the
god
god
tier,
tier.
yeah.
Like the national god tier.
yeah, she's
Like,
the
Korea's
national god tier. Right.
Goddess. She's Korea's goddess.
And it's
official.
It's more amazing if you think like she did that solo, you know, without a
I'm
group.
going solo. Oh, actually, I had a segue. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby hit you with that do do do.
So that was it for YouTube's favorite K-pop show, DK News.
Woo! See you guys next week for more drama, K-pop drama, racism. The world is gonna end. Real estate speculation. Just crisis and horror.
Yeah, and be sure to check out our Patreon to discuss what other topics we should talk about on DK News. You can suggest topics to us directly through the group chat and Patreon posts.
And also, we talk more about these news topics in depth in my podcast that's exclusive for Patreon members. There's already about 150 people that are supporting us via Patreon. Thank you very much. And you can be another member too, so don't miss out on that. And we will see you guys next time. Bye. 안녕.